Hello everyone and a very warm welcome. So today, we're going to tackle a topic that shows up in pretty much every competitive exam, and let's be honest, it often leaves students a bit confused. Yep, you guessed it. We're talking about blood relations. Now it sounds simple, right? But the questions can get really tricky. But hey, don't you worry. In this explainer, we are going to completely crack this topic, from the absolute basics to the more advanced stuff. All right, let's dive right in.
Take a look at this. When you see a question like this in an exam, it can be a little intimidating, right? All these symbols, b plus d times m divided by n, what does it all mean? And then it asks, how is m related to b? But I promise you, by the time we're done here, you'll be able to look at a question like this and solve it in no time. All you need are a few basic tools and tricks, which we're about to get into right now.
So what's the number one most powerful tool you have for solving these questions? It's the family tree diagram. I can't stress this enough. For every single question, you have got to draw a diagram. It just makes all the relationships crystal clear and brings your chances of making a mistake down to almost zero. So rule 1, never ever try to solve these in your head. Always draw the tree.
Okay, so these symbols are basically our building blocks. You'll want to get these down pat. For a male, we can use a plus sign or a square. For a female, a circle or a minus sign works great. To show a married couple, we connect them with a double line. For siblings, like a brother and a sister, we use a single horizontal line. And probably the most important one, to show a generation gap, like between a parent and a child, we use a vertical line. That's it! Just these few symbols are all you need to solve any question that comes your way.
All right, let's start with the most basic type of problem out there, the simple puzzles. This is where the information is given to you directly in a few sentences. These questions are perfect for building a strong foundation and, boosting your confidence. So let's get into our first example.
Okay, so here is our first question. Let's read it carefully together. A family consists of 6 people, L, M, N, P, Q, and R. P is the son of L, but L is not the mother of P. R and L are married couples. N is the brother of L. M is the daughter of P. Q is the brother of P. You see, every single sentence is a clue. We're just going to take these clues one by one and use them to build our family tree.
Let's start building this out. The first clue is P is the son of L, but L is not the mother of P. Okay, think about it. If L is not P's mother, then L must be the father, right? So L is a male, and P is his son, so P is also a male. Next, R and L are married couples. Easy. We just connect L and R with a double line. And since we know L is a male, R must be a female. Then it says N is the brother of L. So N is in the same generation as L, and N is a male. Now, M is the daughter of P. So we draw a line down from P to M, and we know M is a female. And finally, Q is the brother of P. This means P and Q are siblings, and Q is a male. There you go. Piece by piece, the whole family picture comes together.
And here is our final family tree. See how clear everything is now? We have L and R as the married couple on top. L's brother is N. L and R have 2 sons, P and Q. And P has a daughter, M. Now that the tree is ready, we can answer anything they throw at us. Let's tackle the first question. Who is the uncle of M? Well, let's look at our tree. M's father is P, and P's brother is Q. So M's uncle is Q. See how simple that was with the diagram? Let's try another. How many female members are there? We just count the circles. We have R and M, so there are 2. With this tree, you can fly through all 5 questions super fast.
All right, time to level up. Let's move on to coded relationships. Now, these are the ones that look really complicated at first, but honestly, they're kind of like a fun decoding game. Before you can solve the family puzzle, you have to crack the code. So let's put on our detective hats for this one.
So here's the deal with this type. Instead of a sentence like A is the father of B, you'll get something cryptic like A times B. Your very first job, before you do anything else, is to look at the instructions and figure out what times means, what plus means, and so on. Once you've cracked that code, the question basically turns into a simple puzzle, just like the one we just did.
Okay, here's our next mission. We're looking at question 29. The expression they've given us is m times n plus r divided by t. And the question is, how is m related to r? Now, to solve this, we first have to decode those symbols using the key they provided in the instructions right above it. Let's create our decoder key. This is a super important step to do in the exam hall. Just make a quick little table.
So, according to the question, A times B means A is the father of B. A plus B means A is the sister of B. And A divided by B means A is the brother of B. There. Now they're not just random symbols anymore. They're simple, clear relationships.
Now, let's apply our key to the expression, m times n plus r divided by t. The trick is always work from left to right. So the first part, m times n. We know this means m is the father of n, so we draw m at the top. He's a male with n below him. Second part, n plus r. This means n is the sister of r, so n is a female, and we'll draw r right next to her as her sibling. And the third part, r divided by t. This means r is the brother of t, so r is a male and t is his sibling. This makes n, r, and t all siblings, children of m.
And here is our final simple family tree. We have M up top, and his three children, N, R, and T, are right below. The question was, how is M related to R? Well, one look at the diagram, and it's crystal clear that M is R's father. And that's our answer. See, it seems so complex, but once you decode it, it's an absolute cakewalk. Let's move on to our final type for today, what we call the indicating form. You've definitely seen these, the pointing to a photograph, a man said kind of questions. A lot of students get tangled up in these, but there's a golden rule. Always start from the person who is speaking. In other words, start with the word ma.
Let's take a look at question 62. It says, pointing to a man, a lady said, "His father is the father of my son." And the question is, how is the man related to the lady? So first things first, who is the speaker here? It's the lady. That means we have to solve this from her perspective, and we'll start from the end of her statement.
Okay, so let's break this down. The speaker is the lady. Now, the last part of her statement is my son. So let's just imagine the lady and her son. Now, let's work backward. The part before that is father of my son. Now, who is the father of the lady's son? Well, that's obviously her husband. So the whole phrase, father of my son, simply means my husband. Now, let's put it all together. The full sentence was, his father is the father of my son. Now, his refers to the man in the photograph, so let's substitute what we know. The sentence becomes, man's father is the lady's husband. So if that man's father is this lady's husband, then who is that man to the lady? He must be her son. So the man is the lady's son. The correct answer is son. You see how important it is to reread the statement carefully? That one little word, his, changed the entire meaning. That's a crucial skill to have in an exam.
All right, now that we've covered all three major types of questions, let's do a quick fire round of some pro tips. Think of these as your secret weapons that will definitely boost your speed and your accuracy in the exam. So listen up. First, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Always, always draw a family tree. Don't be a hero and try to solve it in your head. Second, use your symbols consistently. If you use a plus for male and a circle for female, stick with it. It prevents confusion. Third, as we just saw, pay very close attention to pronouns. His versus her can completely change the answer. Fourth, for those pointing questions, always start with the word my. Fifth, make sure you're crystal clear on the definitions of words like cousin, nephew, niece, and especially the difference between maternal and paternal in-laws. And finally, and this is a big one, never assume gender from a name. If the name is Karen or Sonu, you cannot know if they are male or female unless the question specifically tells you so.
अगर आपको ये वीडियो हेल्पफुल लगा हो तो प्लीज़ लाइक, शेयर और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करना मत भूलना। सारे पीडीएफ्स के लिए मेरा टेलीग्राम चैनल ज्वाइन करें, लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन में है।